Hey, welcome back to Learn and Grow with PD.
In today's video, we're going to talk about arrays. In arrays concept, we're going to see what is an array, how to declare an array, how to add values into an array, how to find the size of an array, and how to read a single or multiple values from an array. So arrays are objects in Java which allows to store multiple values into a single variable. Now, we know that, let's consider an example. If I want to store one integer, I will just write here data type, say int, a variable a is equal to 10. Now this a holds a value that is 10. Similarly, now if I want to store multiple datas, so if I want to store data in a like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, I cannot store this in int data type. No, I am going to make this as an array. So it is going to be like int because all these are integers, okay? And then I'm going to put a, which is the variable, and this is the sign for a single dimensional array. And now in this, I'm going to store 10. I will let you know how we store the values, but just try to understand the concept first. So yeah, now this array, which is going to look similar to this, yes. So now I've stored multiple values in a single variable which is of int data type, and this is nothing but an array. And we declare an array with the square brackets. Now let's see in how many ways we can declare an array. I've just showed you one simple thing. Now we are going to see the syntax. So we write a data type, then square bracket, array name, or array name square bracket, however it is all correct. And then we write is equal to new data type and then some size. Here is an example, int bracket arr is equal to new int and 5, where 5 is the size of an array. So here we have declared without passing the values. So we have just declared a size. So currently it looks like this. Okay, and we have not passed the values. Now if I want to pass the values, first we need to understand the address of these particular cells. Let's understand the memory allocation. Okay, so it always starts, here comes the concept of indexing, and the index always starts with 0. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now it has a name called as ARR, which is what I'm giving this name as ARR. Okay, and now if I want to allocate to these memory locations, let us start. So how will I do it? Now I'm going to pass the values. It would be like a of 0 say is equal to 10. Okay, so this value is 10. Let me change the color. A of 1 is equal to 20, so this becomes 20. A of 2 is equal to 30. A of 3 and A of 4. A or ARR, whatever, I'm just considering. Let's see, this is A. Okay, so this is how I have allocated the values. So this is the first type of how we do, that is how we declare an array and how we pass the values. And the second type is I'll just declare it in this way, where I'm passing the values in the declaration only. So it is int bracket ARR is equal to, in the braces I'm going to write 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So this is declaring with passing the values. We have seen what an array is. We have seen what an array is. That we have seen in two ways we can declare an array, and while declaring we have seen how we add the values, or how do we give values to the array. Next is how to find the size of an array. So to find the size of an array, there's a very simple method called dot length. So here in this case it would be, so how do I find size? It is ARR dot length. Okay, now it will give us the size of an array. The size starts with 1, so it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here the size is 5. this is one bonus concept. Now when we are adding values to an array, so ARR of 0 is 10, ARR of 1 is 20, 30, 40, 50, and now if I'm writing ARR of 5 is 60. If you see, first thing that we need to understand is that array is a fixed in size, which means we cannot increase or reduce the array size during execution. Now we have this particular array whose indexes are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and these are the values 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Now where we are allocating the values into this array, if you're writing ARR of 0 is 10, ARR of 1 is 20, ARR of 2 is 30, ARR of 3 is 40, ARR of 4 is 50. Okay, it's completely filled. Now, because I'm just like, I have in my mind that okay, there are 5 values, but I don't have in my mind that the index starts from 0. So I'm just going to put one more value saying ARR of 5 is 60. There is no allocated space, so we are going to get an error for this saying array index out of bound. Now let's see how do we retrieve data from an array. Okay, now if I want to find the value of ARR of 2, I'll just write here system.out.println, and I'm going to write in this ARR of 2, and yes, I'll get this value as 30. Okay, so we can find single values by just printing those values. Say now if I want ARR of 0, I'll just print this and I'll get the answer to be as 10. Now if I want to find, or if I want to retrieve the entire array, okay, so we are going to use for loop for that. So there are two things, one is simple for loop and the next one is the enhanced for loop. Let's look at this. Okay, let's see the simple one first. Okay, so for I is equal to 0, I less than 4, I plus plus. I'm just considering the same thing that we have. Okay, so I is equal to 0, I is the index. Okay, I less than 4, I think it should be I less than equal to 4, or I less than 5, and I plus plus. Okay, so initially it would be 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now let's come to the point where I've taken I less than 5 or I less than equal to 4. How have we done that? Okay, or to generalize, how can we write it? So I is equal to 0 as the index, okay, that we have understood. I is less than equal to 4 or I is less than 5, which means I is so this is ARR dot length. Okay, so if I is less than, ARR dot length is what? 1, 2, length is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm just writing here ARR dot length, and this is equal to 5. So I is less than equal to ARR dot length minus 1, or I is less than ARR dot length. So this is how we can generalize it. Okay, and then we have to print A of I. Okay, now when we are inside the for loop, first it will be I is equal to 0, which is this. Okay, it passes the condition. Is if I is equal to 0, yes, I is less than 5, yes, and I plus plus. Okay, and then I go system.out.println A of I. A of I, that is ARR of 0, is 10. So I'm going to print here as 10. Okay, now after printing 10, I'm going to go again in the loop. Now it is I plus plus. So it was 0, I plus plus is 1 now. I is equal to 1. Okay, so it is this. Is it less than 5? Yes. So what are we going to do? System.out.println A of I, which is ARR of 1, which is 20. So now it is going to print as 20. Now again it is going to go into the for loop. So I is equal to 2. So it is ARR of 2, that is 30, and it's going to print 30. Similarly 40 and 50. Now it is, let's consider this I is equal to 4, which is this position. Okay, to see I is equal to 4. A of I, which is ARR of 4, which is 50. Okay, and now again let's go into the for loop. So now I is equal to I plus plus, so I is equal to 5. Is I less than 5? That is 5 less than 5? No, it will come out of the loop. So this is the output that we have gotten. Similarly, for enhanced for loop, what we are going to do here is that for int I colon a. So this a is array, which I'm going to store in this I now. Okay, and I'm just going to print I. This is simply going to give you 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So this was about retrieving data from array. In this way, we have seen what a single dimensional array is. And in the next lecture, we will see what a multi-dimensional array is. Thank you.
If you like this video, then please like, share and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell icon. Thank you.